Captain America Civil War is one of the greatest action superhero movies ever put on screen. 12 superheroes, one airport, absolute chaos. But here's the thing, nobody talks about enough. This movie was supposed to be bigger. There are scenes that were planned, drawn, and in some cases, they were already in the trailer. And then, you never got to see them. Today, we're going through Civil War moments that were cut and should not have been. My name is Manny, welcome to Manny Marvels, and let's get into it. Okay, so we're starting with the one that genuinely makes no sense as a cut, because it didn't just exist on paper. It made it into the very first Civil War teaser trailer. You may have seen it and not even realized what you were looking at, and then it was quietly removed from the final film. Here's what was planned. Early in the Leipzig airport battle, all three comic book Captain Americas, Steve Rogers, Bucky Barnes, and Sam Wilson, passed the vibranium shield between them in one fluid sequence against Team Iron Man. And then, Bucky has a line. He watches Sam catch the shield and says, "I gotta get me one of those."
Nice save. I gotta get me one of those.
If you know your Marvel Comics history, that line is everything, because both Bucky Barnes and Sam Wilson have canonically held the Captain America shield in the comics. Bucky carried it for years after Steve was believed dead. Sam Wilson carried it after Steve became old. That one throwaway line is the MCU quietly predicting its own future, and they buried it in the middle of a fight scene. So why was it cut? The Russos most likely wanted to guard the symbolic weight of the shield. Too many hands touching it in one sequence might water down what it means, which I'm not very sure if it's reasonable, honestly. But, and this is the part that still bugs people, this scene was already in the marketing. The teaser was out, fans had seen it, and then it disappeared from the movie. That means it was cut late, after the trailer had already shipped. You can still find those frames if you go digging, and every time you do, it stings a little more. This is one deleted moment from Civil War that should have absolutely, without question, have made it into the final cut.
Oh, you playing Minecraft? I like your cut, G.
Captain America vs. Black Widow almost happened. Right after Steve and Ant-Man hurled a gas tanker at War Machine, there was a planned full fight sequence between Cap and Natasha. Not a quick exchange, a real extended one-on-one, and it only exists in the animatic form. Rough animation storyboards because it never made it into the camera. Think about what this matchup means. These two spend weeks on the run together in the Winter Soldier. They know each other's rhythms, their habits, their weak points. A fight between them isn't just physical. It's two people using everything they know about each other as a weapon. In the planned version, Natasha actually gets hold of the shield and wields it. And here's the detail that makes this scene. The fight ends with Steve throwing her over an edge. But before he does, he quietly checks that she's got her gadgets, her tech, and her gear to survive the fall. He's in a fight with her, and he still makes sure she's going to be okay. That one moment tells you everything about who Steve Rogers is. He will fight you, he will not let you win, and he will absolutely make sure you land safely. So, why did it get cut? The writers made a deliberate call. Having Natasha go full combat against Steve and then about 10 minutes later, letting him escape and switching sides will feel kinda jarring. The ambiguity of their whole airport interaction is what makes you question whose side she's really on. That tension is worth more than any fight sequence. It's the right editorial decision, and it still hurts.
Don't say it! Don't you say
On
it!
your left.
Come on!
Okay, so this one is a very big one. Marvel Studios concert artist Andy Park, the man responsible for much of Civil War's visual development, released official artwork that stopped the entire Marvel fan community in its tracks, and once you see it, you understand why. In an early version of the airport battle, Vision doesn't accidentally fire on War Machine. He deliberately targets Iron Man. Not a mistake, not a misdirected blast, a choice. Vision choosing Wanda over the man who created him. In the final film, what we get is Vision trying to stop Falcon and accidentally hitting Rhodey instead, a tragic mistake that nearly kills War Machine and sends him plummeting to the ground. That's already one of the most gut-punching moments in the movie. But this version? Well, this is Vision looking at Tony Stark and making a decision. The reason it didn't happen is the same reason it had to not happen. Because Vision's loyalty to Tony Stark, his commitment to the Avengers, to the people who built him and trusted him, is the foundation of everything that makes his death in Infinity War so painful. A Vision who already turned on Tony in 2016 walks into Infinity War as a different character entirely. WandaVision becomes a different story. Everything downstream shifts. They pulled back for the sake of the larger MCU. The right call. But that concept art exists. It's official, it's painted, Vision firing on Iron Man out of love for Wanda. And it is genuinely one of the most striking things to come out of Civil War's development. Captain America Civil War is already an extraordinary film. 12 heroes, one coherent story. Somehow it works. The Russos pulled off something that probably shouldn't be possible. How many versions of this film exist only in animatics and concept art and a few frames of a trailer? Which one should have made it in? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe. More MCU deep dives are coming. My name is Manny, and as I always like to say, stay marvelous.